Only on 5 tonight, a former Mid-South church leader and Christian school administrator indicted for sex crimes against a minor. The 32-year-old allegedly groomed a student during the peak of the pandemic using a camera and the internet.
Tomorrow, John Brownlow is scheduled to face a judge as the case against him serves as a warning for parents everywhere. Action News 5's investigator Jessica Jaglois has this report.
The Action News 5 investigators have been watching John Brownlow's case move through a Shelby County courtroom since September.
Good morning, Mr. Brownlow.
When the 32-year-old former church leader and Christian school administrator pleaded not guilty to 7 felonies and 1 misdemeanor. John Brownlow is accused of persuading a male student to engage in sexual activity over the internet and for more than a year, allegedly recording that activity without the teen's knowledge. Brownlow's attorney, Leslie Ballin.
You pleaded not guilty on his behalf in court. Is your client innocent?
The allegations are indeed shocking. Does it mean it's accurate and true? Not for me to decide.
Who will decide that?
A jury at the end of the day.
Ballin says he's seen the prosecution's evidence, and while he wouldn't go into details, says Brownlow's not guilty plea stands. Ballin does say the evidence he saw lines up with the contents of this 9-page criminal indictment, which states Brownlow allegedly exposed the boy to sexually explicit material, stalked, and spied on him. The alleged crimes occurred between June 2020 and January 2022. While Brownlow was an employee at the Christian K-12 school Westminster Academy on Ridgeway Road. A former bookkeeper at the school, he was promoted to chief financial officer in September 2021, according to this online post announcing the promotion, in which Westminster said Brownlow enjoyed, quote, playing board games and tackling tech projects. At the same time, according to this indictment, Brownlow was using technology to, quote, expose a minor to material containing sexual activity and to directly induce that minor to engage in sexual activity that Brownlow recorded using cameras in the teen's bedroom. The Action News 5 investigators corresponded with the alleged victim's parents via email. They, along with other parents aware of the allegations against Brownlow, trusted him around their children and are concerned there may be more alleged victims who were groomed by Brownlow who have not yet come forward.
We've heard the word grooming quite a bit in the media lately. Who grooms children?
Someone who has access to children. It could be teachers, it could be coaches, it could be family friends.
Alicia Bunch Vargas is the clinical director at the Sexual Assault Center in Nashville. She says grooming is any behavior done by an adult with the intention to gain a child's trust to do something sexual in nature with the child. According to RAINN, the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, most sex abuse victims are between 12 and 17 years old.
The way that adolescent brains are working, their development, they're trying to build relationships, establish relationships, and so any age child can be groomed.
Brownlow was the youth leader for St. Patrick Presbyterian Church in Collierville. Their senior minister said Brownlow left the church in 2019 and that when the church learned about the allegations against him at Westminster Academy, it immediately advised any victims to contact police.
In Tennessee, everyone is considered a mandatory reporter. That means if you suspect a child's life is in danger, you're required to report it to local law enforcement or the Department of Children's Services. If you don't, you could be held liable for that child's safety.
But Bunch Vargas says some places, like churches and schools, have a greater responsibility to report.
There is a certain level of responsibility whenever kids are in those environments for the adults in those environments to care for the kids. And part of that means if I hear something, if I see something, if I am aware of something, doing something about it.
Westminster's headmaster wrote in an email that they learned about the allegations when the crimes were reported in January 2022, and they contacted police, fired Brownlow, and banned him from their campus. Meanwhile, Brownlow is out on a $200,000 bond and is not allowed to contact the teen involved in this case. Ballin says Brownlow is working, not with children, but wouldn't say where. While the case continues to move in court, the alleged victim's family tells the investigators they are currently focused on trying to heal. For the investigators, I'm Jessica Jaglois.
Now, if you suspect a child is in a situation that warrants further investigation, please do not hesitate to call the Department of Children's Services at 877-237-0004. That number's on the bottom of your screen. We also have a link to their online reporting page where you can submit information anonymously. You can also call local law enforcement, and we also have more resources for your family. Just click on this story.